Alright, here goes part 2 of yesterday's video. I did a little test showing the difference between the new Mechman BilletTech alternator and the stock alternator in this 72 Chevelle. And apparently when I was testing, my assistant didn't have the RPMs up on the stock alternator, and then he had them up a little bit on the new alternator. So everybody's bitching and complaining about the test isn't fair. So guess what? Even though this shit is done and I'm ready to give him his car back probably today or tomorrow, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and I'm going to put the stock alternator back in and give it some more RPMs, and then I'm going to run the test again. And we'll see exactly if it made that big of a difference or not. I don't think it would have, but just because everybody's complaining, I'm going to go ahead and redo it. So just to show you how dedicated I am to my 200,000 subscribers, all this shit was done. And I'm going to rip it out and put it back in. Good news is that alternator is not hard to put in, so it's not a big deal. And I did not put the amps and everything all back together in the back yet either, so I can still run the test. So I'm going to make this test short and simple. I don't want to edit another 13-minute video, so I'm pretty much going to snap my fingers here in a second, and the stock alt is going to be back in, and we'll do it. Ready?
Or something like that.
Yep, there it is. Stock alternator is back in. BilletTech alternator sitting right here. Took it out. Let's go ahead and run this test again, make you guys happy, and see if there's really a big difference. Alright, 825. One. Alright, just like I expected, the numbers are a little bit better, but not much. Mechman alternator still wins. I'm sure you all expected it too. You just wanted to see an honest test, and that's fine. I didn't even really realize that I didn't have the RPMs on the first test, and I guess the proof that I didn't know is I'm over here ripping the old shit out and redoing the test. So I guess to make it fair, since everything's still cold, I'm going to put the Mechman alternator back in, the BilletTech, and we'll run the test on that one again too. Alright, so let's do it. Like I said, lucky for me, this isn't that hard of an alternator to change out, although I didn't feel like doing it. Get this bitch out of here. Alright, the BilletTech alternator is back in. We're going to run one more test on this, then I'm going to close this case for the day. Alright, both tests were done exactly the same. Gave it plenty of RPM on both. And the numbers changed in both directions for both sides because this time I was on the gas, not my assistant. I brought it up a little bit past 2,000 on each test, and like I said, the numbers came up, but they also came back up for the billet as well. So for all you guys that complained, I will give you props because you're smart and you picked up on the fact that the RPMs weren't up in the first video, and that's great. But bottom line is, the Mechman BilletTech alternator did its job, and that Rockford Fosgate Punch 1000 more than did its job. So there you have it.